All right, so I'm down in Palm Springs this week on a leadership retreat. I'm about to fly home, and it was just such an interesting experience. And I want to give you a challenge for this week based on what experience we had. We had a breakfast this morning, and the waitress got to talking, and she was awesome. And she was just talking about how it's been lately. And she was saying basically from the beginning of the pandemic, as waitresses, they just saw bad things happen in people's attitudes. Everybody's always so nice. And then the last 2 years, people have gotten really mean. She had coffee thrown on her feet. Another waitress had been spit at. And she's like, it's just nobody has patience anymore. And it's so many people are just so angry so fast and they don't care how they treat you. And I got to thinking about that because it made me really sad that that's the reality of what they're going through. And then I started thinking about this trip. So Brian Payne is our CTO. And if you don't know Brian, you should, and you will. Everybody will know Brian at some point. I got to watch Brian, which is what I love to do every time I hang out with Brian. I got to watch him make everybody smile. Like when we showed up at the hotel, he was already friends with the bartenders. He already had a crew in the bar that he was friends with. Like he wants to make everybody happy all the time, and he does his part. And so when I think about that waitress and what she's been through, and I think about the total opposite side of that with Brian, like, here's my challenge for this week. Let's be more like Brian Payne. Let's bring smiles to people's faces, because if it's so bad that everything has changed so much and that people are being treated this bad, then we can't just be nice. We need to be above and beyond to offset for what people are experiencing, because everybody deserves respect. Everybody deserves to be treated in a kind manner. And I think we should just try and do that more. So my challenge for you this week is go out there and make people smile as much as you possibly can. Take a second to learn the waiter or waitress's name. Let's be nice to each other, and not just in social, screw social. Let's be nice to each other in person. And if we can do that, I do believe we can make a huge difference at a time when somebody really needs to make a huge difference. So that's your message for this week. Let's be a lot more like Brian Payne. Let's bring smiles to people's faces. That's it. We'll see you next week.